Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Really proud of the team. I think that it's always interesting. You clinch a playoff spot, and you really don't know what it's going to look like, for a little bit. But these guys like football. They prepared really well for the game. It's hard to beat a team twice, so we're very pleased to do that versus Pittsburgh. It's hard to do, and it was a very, very good win for us. We just want to keep getting better so that we build ourselves into our best ball club for the playoffs.
Coach, when you get ahead like that, what's your philosophy? What are you trying to do? You just want to melt the game away? You want to keep scoring? What are your thoughts?
No, you know what? We didn't at all. I didn't feel like we tried to do that at all until maybe the last drive or two. When we got down where we could make them burn their timeouts, that was probably where we did try to milk it a little bit. But before that, we had to go all guns blazing, I think. So.
You mentioned it. You didn't get 100, but the 86 yards was pretty effective. What was working for you today?
The offensive line, receivers, tight ends. Everything else is easy. Behind them, I be hiding behind there. So shout out to the offensive line, and then the great play calling, trusting the inside zone, outside zone, and it was pretty much easy sledding behind those guys.
And then 3 touchdowns today, which I think is a season high for you. 9 overall in the year. You seem to have a nose for the end zone. Has that always been the case for you?
Absolutely. I call myself Box Boy CEO. Nothing else matters but the box. So that's my job.
You gonna see that on the shirt?
Absolutely. It's coming soon.
Special.
And then Trey, doing his thing too. So you guys kind of.
Oh yeah, 1-2 punch. We keep each other going. We live together, so we always argue and stuff. That's my brother, so it's just a great mesh. He's great, and I try to keep up with him because I can't let him outshine me.
Then you let him know about blocking and stuff because he's not getting the end zone.
It's coming. He's there. He's gonna get in. Sometimes it's just they give me the ball because I'm the bigger back, and I just get fortunate. But if Trey was to be in there, he would have scored too. It's just the timing thing.
15 tackles for you. You're playing against Rivers. You haven't faced before.
Mm-hmm.
Is that tough to game plan when you haven't really seen what he can do?
I mean, with the coaching staff we have, the adjustments we made in the sideline, it was tough because we didn't know how he played against us. But once we got it all together, it was just, as long as we execute what we got to do, everything was cool.
And then the 4th and 12th play, I think that's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know what we were doing.
What were you guys in defensively?
I couldn't even remember. Probably a 4 or a man. I don't remember. But I didn't never seen that. I think we the first teams to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it was like you had your 4th and 12 defensive call in there. You just lined up.
Yeah, I tried to execute it. Unfortunately, we didn't get it done, but we stopped them. They didn't score, so that's good.
Coach, Louise was efficient again today, and then you talked about D2 defensive, offensive player of the year playing against another guy in Rivers that was a D2 offensive player of the year when he was at Spencer Rock. How unique is that to have those guys, and what does it say about the football at that level when you have 2 guys that were top?
We as you watch pro football in general, these players come from everywhere, and so that's not at all surprising to me. That, and the other thing is the guys that have won games, there's kind of a common denominator there. Probably especially at that position. Those guys have made plays to win championships or be thought of at that high a level as the player of the year. I thought that Luis played solidly, made some good decisions, made some good throws. I thought that their quarterback was really good, and considering how short a time that he's been there, I thought he played with a lot of poise, and he's got a hose now. He's pretty impressive.
You mentioned earlier before we started playing here at the beach and field. What does it mean for you to be able to play here, and what memories do you have when you're just being out there on the field?
Oh, I love football. I did play here. I was kidding with the guys that I saw my locker in there, which is not true. But I love football history, and when we played here, it was special. You know, they had that sign out there, the football capital of the South, and it really was. This is where all the big games were. We played Auburn here, we played Tennessee here, we play LSU here, and just the trip up from Tuscaloosa was a big deal. So anyway, yeah, it does, and I love football history. I'm proud to have a team that I'm with get to play here. I think that's pretty neat, and I'm glad we came in here and won.
And just for the audience, Darius actually did tie the record for most rushing touchdowns in the season.
Yes, sir.
Are there any questions from the Zoom audience?
Yes, I have a couple. Angelo Furious from USFL Network. Luana, so you all over the place tonight. They won all the Packers and Falcons team, but it seemed like your name was being called on every play. The ones that weren't. Was it a matter of the game coming to you? Were you doing something a little different? Tell me a little bit about it.
I just seen how they was just scheming to run, and I felt like the backside B gap was open. So I tried to watch it throughout the game, but then I just started shooting it, and I just started making plays. And then just hustling to the ball, having a motor. I mean, the game going to come to you.
Darius, you were running with a little extra purpose tonight. Very strong. Was it a matter of not getting your yards last week and trying to make up for that a little bit?
I try to stay consistent, so I try to run the same every time. But I just got lucky tonight and fell into the end zone more than often.
And finally, Coach, Luis, as you said, was efficient tonight. Was there any thought to giving DeAndre some reps? And what about the last couple of games?
No, I really didn't want to play DeAndre at all. You know, he was capable and wanted to be like an emergency guy, and we would not have done with him or called for him what we normally would anyway. So it really turned out better that he did not play, and that he would then therefore get a few more days without playing on that ankle, and maybe he'll be, when we start getting ready for the next game, maybe he'll be full speed by then.
Thanks, Coach. Sorry to interrupt you mid-fight there.
All right, I think that about wraps it up for tonight. So thank you all for coming. Gentlemen,
Thank you, Darren.
Congratulations on the
Sir, appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.